Greg Stoll. I'm here with Advantage Chevrolet, and we're here to do a product demonstration on the all-new 2012 Chevrolet Equinox. So this particular one that we're going to look at today is the 1LT model. The 1LT model gives you the 17-inch wheels, gives you the painted mirrors, gives you the deep tinted glass on the back windows. And if we come around to the front here, as a lot of the new Chevrolet products, they have a very aggressive front end. They make it look like the front end's a little bit lower, gives you a better aerodynamics, better fuel economy. Looking under the hood here, we have the 2.4 four-cylinder Ecotec motor, which produces 182 horsepower. You get 32 miles per gallon on the highway with it. The belts on the car are made out of Kevlar. They're rated up to 100,000 miles. The transmission on the car, it's a sealed transmission, so that's rated for up to 100,000 miles. You have a oil life monitor built into the vehicle, which monitors your driving habits and tells you when you need to get an oil change. We're seeing that people in the area are getting about 7,500 miles in between oil change intervals. You also have on the Equinox, you have crumple zones that are built into the hood and fender, and you have special motor mounts that, in the case of a severe front end impact, the engine drops down underneath the vehicle and the front end will collapse in a programmed manner to absorb most of the energy of the impact. You also have StabiliTrak in all of our vehicles, which StabiliTrak monitors the angle of your steering wheel, and if it senses that, for instance, you're sliding on ice, it'll apply the ABS brakes around, take traction from one side onto the other side, and it'll straighten it out for you. So you have StabiliTrak on the Equinox, you have traction control, and you also have rollover mitigation. It's the only vehicle in its class to have all those features as standard equipment on the vehicle. So once again, if we come around this side, I'll show you a couple quick things here. You can fold down the seats. You have a 60-40 split seat on the Equinox. You have, I believe, 8 cup holders in the vehicle. You have a rear view camera as standard equipment on the 1LT model. If you want to just stand right here, let me show you something real quick. You also have what's called a multi-flex rear seat, so you can move the seat all the way up. Gives you 25% more cargo capacity. So if you have that bigger, newer flat screen that you just picked up, should be easy to fit right in here. You also have a subwoofer in the 1LT, steel cargo hooks, not plastic like a lot of our competition, so you can tie down your load pretty good. And then you also have a 110 power outlet in the back here, as well as a spare tire in the back there. And they also incorporate that spare tire into the crumple zones of the back of the car, and it gives you an extra energy absorber in the back of the vehicle. Alright, tell you what, if you want to get in the passenger side of the vehicle, I'll jump in the driver's side and we'll go through a couple features on the inside. 1LT model, you have your leather wrapped steering wheel, you have your cruise control on this side, you have your Bluetooth and multifunction steering wheel for your audio controls, your Bluetooth. You can go through your preset stations. You also have a tilt and telescopic steering wheel, as well as you have an onboard computer here that tells you your distance to empty. It has a compass. It'll tell you when you need to get an oil change. And that's about it in there. For 2012, you have the new MyTouch color radio, which you have a bunch of different features in there. You have your AM, FM, XM. You can utilize a USB port or an auxiliary port. And you have your CD player down here. You also have your 6-speed transmission, which you also have a manual feature here. There's buttons on the side here that you can shift up and shift down just by the push of a button. You also have 6 standard airbags, 2 front, 2 side, and 2 side curtains. Power windows, power locks, cruise control. A lot of the stuff that's standard on the new Equinox is an option on a lot of our competition. So you also have in the center here, it's got the largest glove box in its class, or center console rather. It's designed to fit a full-size laptop, and then you have your auxiliary port and USB port in the front there. There's also a 110 outlet in there, so that's designed so you can plug your cell phone cord in there and you just run it through this little channel here and you can have it sitting there charging while you're driving. You also have the OnStar system, which is built in the vehicle too. That's these buttons up here. The OnStar, you have all your emergency features that have been standard with OnStar for a while, so if you get into an accident, your airbags deploy. They'll deploy emergency services out to you. You also have what's called directions and connections now, so you can just press the OnStar button, operator will pick up, you tell them that you want to go to Disneyland, and they'll download directions to the vehicle, and as you're driving along it'll tell you when and where to turn. You also have an emergency backup phone that's built into the OnStar system, so for instance, if you were to get into a severe collision and your cell phone was damaged, you're always going to get a signal with that phone because that's a satellite phone. And then if you were to go on a vacation and you're in a rural area and you can't get a signal with your phone, that'll always work because that's a satellite phone. The warranty on the Equinox is 3 years, 36,000 miles on the bumper to bumper, and then 5 years, 100,000 miles on the engine and drivetrain. I think that's about it, and that being said, we'll take it for a test drive. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to give Greg Stoll a call at Advantage Chevrolet. Thanks for joining us.